Howdy, howdy. Welcome to Moe's World, the baseball podcast. Yep, another baseball podcast. Here we talk about baseball like a few friends sitting at the bar. We welcome your input to help improve us and make us grow. In today's 5th episode, we will look at Major League Baseball versus Minor League Baseball. The locations, the logistics, the history. There are 208 minor league teams, most affiliated now with major league teams. Minor league baseball teams, also known as farm teams, are teams made up of players under the control of major league teams, from either signing them as a free agent or drafting them. Every major league team has a branching system of minor league teams that feed players up to the majors. There are 4 basic levels of the minor leagues, consisting of the first, rookie ball, short season. This is when Major League Baseball will draft a player, usually in the middle of the Major League Baseball season. So a lot of younger players aren't ready to hop into the middle of an ongoing season. So these players are drafted straight out of high school, mostly college as well. That's what the short season or rookie ball is for. Short season is meant for newly drafted players to get acclimated to the life of Major League ball player, with varying degrees of travel involved. For example, the South Atlantic League is one without a whole lot of, not much travel. It works best for the players just coming out of high school or for international players getting acclimated to the United States. Next level would be the low, high A ball. A ball is the first step toward playing real, legitimate professional season as a baseball player. It's where players first have spring training and prepare themselves for a 140-game season that stretches just over 5 months. Players coming straight out of high school are usually assigned to a low A, while college players, especially ones that come out of the major college programs, they start their full season at high A. Next league would be double A. Now, double A is where you'll find a lot of talent. Since it's a one step closer to the major leagues, it weeds out a lot of players who don't make the cut talent-wise. At the same time, the amount of talent it takes just to get to AA is such a high bar that anyone making it to this level definitely has major league potential. AA is also known as the beginning of the upper minors. Since the competition is so much better, pitchers are usually a lot more advanced than those at single A. AA pitchers are usually the ones talented enough to not only have the pitching ability to succeed, but the mental preparation to get the most out of their talent. And the same goes with the hitters at this level. You'll definitely find players with major league experience at the AA level. But more often than not, that level is full of players who are still ascending to the majors. Next up, we have AAA ball. Now, this is the closest level to the majors. AAA is filled with all kinds of players. They are the game's rising stars, although some of the best players can skip AAA and move directly from AA to the major leagues. AAA is also full of players who have major league experience. Some of them are having quite a bit of it, as well as established major league players that are maybe rehabbing from injuries that have kept them out of action for an extended period of time. With the combination of old and new stars, as well as the occasional major leaguer or two, AAA baseball is a fan favorite, and all kinds of fans love all the different players. With over 240 minor league teams across the nation, there's a chance one plays closer to you than you think. With lower prices and elite talent at every level, minor league games are a great way to get a baseball fix without breaking the bank. Speaking of bank, what do these guys make? What does the minor league pay? The minimum annual salaries now range from $19,800 in rookie ball, and that's up $4,800 from the previous year, to $35,800 in AAA, and that's up $17,500. Those salaries equate to about $675 to $1,200 on a weekly basis. So these guys are not getting rich. These salaries were a result first in 2023. Minor League Baseball Players Association and the Major League Baseball agreed on the first collective bargaining agreement in the history of the minor leagues. On March 31st, 2023, minor league players overwhelmingly ratified their first collective bargaining agreement. This CBA created improvements in salaries, medical benefits, retirement benefits, home and road housing, lodging, transportation, nutrition, protection for injured players, protection for released players, impartial arbitration, and a fundamental due process for the players subject to investigation or discipline. For the first time in the nearly 125-year history of the organized minor leagues, minor league players will have played a part in determining their employment condition. That's pretty wild, because they went so long in such crap, really, After decades of stagnation, the pace of improvement in minor league working conditions in the past few years have been dramatic. A minor league player who signed in 2000 and retired in 2018 would have probably noticed little difference in working conditions in his entire career. The per diem for road trips increased slightly, but minimum salaries remained largely unchanged. If you didn't make the majors in 4 to 6 years, you needed to look for a real job. Housing was the responsibility of the players, even though major league teams could move a player from city to city with no advance notice. So it was tough. It was much tougher than what it is right now. The following year, the entire minor league season was canceled because of the pandemic of the coronavirus. Before minor league players returned to work in 2021, Major League Baseball unilaterally pushed through a reduction of the minor leagues from 160 to 120 teams. Those are affiliated teams. With that decision, thousands of minor league players were out of a job. And it wasn't just the players, it was towns and that supported minor league baseball for years. Major League Baseball did announce salary increases for the remaining players and basically banned clubhouse dues and made teams responsible for providing meals for players at the ballpark. The new schedule format also guaranteed 1 day off per week. Under previous minor league schedules, players sometimes only had, 1 day off a month. While there were improvements, memories of 2020 and the reduction of the minor leagues spurred a newfound activism among players because of the pandemic of the coronavirus. In 2022, Major League Baseball announced for the first time that Parent Club would be responsible for housing minor league players. Later that year, Major League Baseball agreed to settle a class action suit brought by minor league players for back pay for spring training, extended spring training, and other wage violations. And late last year, minor league players voted to organize as a union for the first time. Major League Baseball quickly recognized the union, and the two sides began negotiating this CBA. Now, this new CBA is set to cover 5 years, which will take it through 2027. The current Major League Baseball professional development license with minor league franchises, that basically ties in the teams to the players. That's going to end in 2030. Now, that means that the minor league players will be negotiating a new CBA before the team owners are. So there were a lot of teams that just vanished on the last one. So I'm a little worried over that. That makes me a little nervous. Now, the sad reality of all that is on September 1st, 2020, the professional baseball agreement between minor league baseball and Major League Baseball had expired. So, looking to streamline operations and cut costs in a system where profits can be slim, Major League Baseball took full control of the developmental arm, promising more streamlined and uniform system and contraction from 162 teams to 120. Now, all affiliates will wonder not only if they'd get to play in 2021, but which team's farm system they'd end up in. Entering the 2021 season, the number of full-season Major League Baseball affiliated minor league teams in the United States and Canada was reduced to 11 leagues, consisting of a total of 120 teams. So there were more than 40 ballparks across America that were left without affiliated baseball. That was a shame. It really was. The amateur draft was slashed in half, and hopeful high schoolers and college players faced a more challenging path in fulfilling their dream. But the remaining affiliates, Major League Baseball promised consistency. It guaranteed 10-year contracts between clubs, hiked players' wages, implemented regional schedules, and dangled the prospect of investment in player development and facilities. Now, there's a lot of fun in minor league baseball. And one of the things that's fun about minor league baseball is the team names. Now, in 2023, there was a list of the wildest minor league baseball team names. I thought it was cool, so I wanted to share it. So the list consisted of 12 names, and number 12 on the list were the Fort Myers Mighty Muscles. And that was a single A affiliate of the Minnesota Twins. Now, the Mighty Muscles name was inspired by the sea and life and healthy living. Officials said the new team aims to reflect several aspects of life in the rapidly growing Miami area. Cool name, right? And it's a cool logo as well. Number 11 was the Montgomery Biscuits. That was a AA affiliate of the Tampa Bay Rays. Also had tastiest looking mascot, originates as a fan submitting the name as part of the Name the Team contest in 2003, and the team is located in Montgomery, Alabama. Number 10 on the list was the Biloxi Shuckers of the AA affiliate of the Milwaukee Brewers. The Shuckers adopted the name in reference to the city's oyster industry and seafood heritage. That's the cool thing about some of the names. They really reflect local, maybe history or something along that line. Number 9 on the list was the Hartford Yard Goats, AA affiliate of the Colorado Rockies. The Hartford Yard Goats originates from comparing a yard goat, I'm sorry, I don't know what the hell a yard goat is, to a minor league baseball player who has to work hard in his minor league city to keep his major league affiliate on track. I don't know. Somebody was smoking something with that one. That one's a reach. Number 8 on the list is Lansing Lugnuts. That's the high A affiliate of the Oakland Athletics. Now, that's wild because the Lansing Lugnuts name originates from the city of Lansing, Michigan, as being known as the industrial center and home to the Oldsmobile. So that's kind of cool. Number 7 is the Sugarland Space Cowboys. Another wild logo if you get a chance to see it. That's a AAA affiliate of the Houston Astros. The Sugarland Space Cowboys name originates from Sugarland being a city in Houston, Texas, and the word Space Cowboy relates to Houston as being home of NASA's Johnson Space Center, and cowboy in the name relates to Texas. So it all makes sense. Sugarland Space Cowboy. Number 6 on the list. This one kills me. I always think of the movie Forrest Gump with this one. Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp, AAA affiliate of the Miami Marlins. The Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp's name That, of course, pays homage to Jacksonville's identity and heritage as the largest city in Florida with a unique water geography that can deliver jumbo shrimp. Now, fans of a certain cartoon show that's been on for years will maybe recognize this one. Number 5 on the list is the Albuquerque Isotopes, AAA affiliate of the Colorado Rockies. The team name was inspired by the baseball team on The Simpsons. And in an episode of The Simpsons, Homer learns of a devastating plan to move the fictional Springfield Isotopes to Albuquerque, New Mexico. That's a great sense of humor right there. And great sense of humor is number 4, the Akron Rubber Ducks, AA affiliate of the Cleveland Guardians. The first part of the name originates from Akron, being known as the rubber capital of the world. The second part of the name originates from the team's stadium. It's Canal Park, which is built on the Ohio and Erie Canal. What's the big deal with that? Well, it's also a home to a number of ducks that fly, float, and swim around the stadium. Thus, the Akron Rubber Ducks. That's a great name. Number 3 on the list, the Binghamton Rumble Ponies. That's a classic one, too. That's a great name. AA affiliate of the New York Mets. The inspiration for the Rumble Ponies actually came from a children's book, The Carousel, written by Binghamton University professor Liz Rosenberg. The book was about a carousel of horses that sleep all winter and come to life in the spring. Man, somebody's pretty deep with book knowledge in Binghamton to name that one, man. Binghamton Rumble Ponies. Cool name. Number 2 on the list is the Amarillo Sod Poodles. Now, what the hell is a sod poodle? Well, that's the AA affiliate of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Officials said that after visiting Amarillo and researching its history, they decided to refer to the abundance of prairie dogs in West Texas. The sod poodle's name was meant to convey the values of sticking together, being family-oriented, and being self-sufficient. Whatever. Cool name anyway. Number 1 name on this list was the Rocket City Trash Pandas. All right, that logo just cracks you up as it is, the name, right? AA affiliate of the Los Angeles Angels. The Rocket City Trash Panda is located in Huntsville, Alabama. The name is a reference to both the area's relation with the space industry and the determination of raccoons in the area, which are native to the Huntsville area. The logo displays a raccoon in the trash. A trash panda is a nickname for a raccoon in Huntsville due to the facial resemblance to the panda and their tendency to dig through the trash. Those are some awesome names. The list left off my favorite local team to support, the Rome Emperors, High A affiliate of the Atlanta Braves. Rome, Georgia, got its name because of its Italian counterpart. The city was built within 7 hills and the rivers that run between them. Rome's minor league baseball team linked their connection to the 2 locales in 2023. After 20 years as being called the Rome Braves, the team name was changed to the Rome Emperors. The team received 5,300 name suggestions from fans, settling on the Emperors because of its multifaceted branding opportunities. That's the thing. All these minor league teams come to these branding conclusions for help selling merchandise. Rome general manager David Lane said, the 7 hills, the 3 rivers, we have these unique ties back to Rome, Italy. They looked at what's an emperor, deciding Rome was an empire rich in history and culture, and the Roman emperors were known for leading a variety of scientific and technology advances in the world. The team notes its brand book that while they are admittedly no Penguins in Georgia, there are also no Bengals in Cincinnati or no Grizzlies in Memphis. Everybody always has a sense of humor in minor league baseball. That's the thing that kills me. Contraction certainly reduced minor league cities across America. I don't really agree with what Major League Baseball did to the minor league cities, but Major League Baseball finally did something about low pay, poor housing, and different attitudes towards the support of minor leaguers and just looking the other way for years. Yes, it's better conditions now and pay, but I feel the history of many minor league towns paid the price. Major League Baseball threatened many cities that they needed to finance stadium updates to keep your teams. Sounds like blackmail to me, and Major League Baseball won out. If you've never gone to a minor league baseball game, find out who your local affiliate is and go to a game. It's a great, affordable, fun afternoon or evening where it's the game that matters. Well, I hope you learned a little bit about the minor leagues and maybe visit one this summer. If you enjoyed our 5th episode of Mo's World, the baseball podcast, join us weekly. New episodes released Friday for about a 20-minute broadcast. Next week's podcast will talk about, I'm thinking about recapping the first half of the season and the All-Star game. Maybe we'll predict the second half. Thank you again for listening. Please leave your comments, and whose world is it? It's Mo's World.